Yeah, right. So, I'll introduce myself because I haven't spoke to you before. I'm a HND in engineering. And I've got issues with the state of the road outside my house. Okay?
Yep.
And no one from the council has been down here and satisfactorily discussed it with me in any shape or form. You just insist that the road is repaired properly. Well, I can tell you it's not. And if you expect, what we've got a dispute, I tried to talk to the council reasonably about it, but no one would talk to me. So the only course of action I had was to stop paying you. I got your attention then, and you took me to court, into the con that you do up at Shrewsbury Magistrates Court. I submitted my evidence that was ignored, and you get your arbitrary decision. Well, I'm going to push that soon because I'm going to leave the country soon, and I'll get arrested at the border, and then I've got your name in, right, and I'll be suing you personally because your actions are dishonest. You have not repaired the road. No one can explain it to me. Now, it's not like I'm just an ordinary punter. I actually know how a road is constructed. It's something I've done in my work all my life. And what I'm saying to you is, if you want the bill paid, come down here and explain to me with your expert how you constructed the road, and then I'll pay you immediately afterwards. I suspect the problem is that you don't want to be a liar on film.
I'm not an expert.
Well, you must have an expert who works for you, mate.
Say that again, sorry.
You must have an expert who works for you. Bring him.
Right, but that as far as council tax is concerned, unfortunately, is irrelevant.
No, it's not, mate. Council tax is a contract between me and you. If I don't fulfil my part of the contract, you can take me to court and get sanctions against me. If you don't fulfil your part of the contract, I can take you to court and get sanctions against you. Right? The government have proved, quite categorically, that it's legal to sanction people who don't do what is expected of them.
Right. If you've got a complaint against the council, make a formal complaint.
What? Ring up? What you mean? Ring up and speak to somebody who won't give me their surname. I already done this. I did it right at the start. I rang up and I spoke to somebody who wouldn't give me their surname, who pretended they were writing everything down that I said, and then I never heard anything about it.
Right, well, I don't know who that would have been. I can only...
Well, I can't tell you either because I can't tell you either because your staff are in the habit of not giving their surnames.
Right.
So look, it's a problem. How are we going to resolve it? Come down and appear on film. I'll pay you the next day. I'll pay you right there. I've got the money in the bank. I'm not a deadbeat who can't pay you. I can pay you if I want to. The reason I'm not paying you is you haven't completed all your tasks, and I don't think I owe you the full amount.
Right. As I'm sure my colleagues will have explained in the past, the council tax isn't an itemised invoice for services gained or otherwise.
No, I know it isn't, but it's still a contract. The law, the 1992 Act, is a law, right? An act, a statute, right? That functions as a contract between the council and each of the individual council tax payers in the area, right? You've got responsibility for the roads. Clearly, your responsibility, right? It's not my fault that you, as a Shropshire, I mean, not you personally, Shropshire Council haven't got an adequate policy to deal with people who feel perhaps they haven't had 100% service. Under the old system, there was a thing called Section 13A, which allowed you to give a discount if once it's been through committee. I don't see. It seems like you don't use that anymore, or it's not relevant. Well, you haven't replaced it with something that does the same job.
As I say, it isn't a tax that we can pick and choose which elements that we can pay or otherwise.
No, it's a tax, and in that case, it's a tax that if any of the elements aren't completed, then the whole thing's void.
Right.
Under what you're saying.
As I'm sure my colleague has already explained, that is not a defence against not paying.
No, mate. No. I'm not using defence. You went to law. You claimed equity. You're not in equity. That's an illegal act, right? And I know how long this takes. It'll take months years to get beyond the county courts. Once we get clear of the county courts, the dens of iniquity, they're always, they're just bent. They don't follow the law. They just do what they like. Once we get higher than that, because this is an issue that I feel really, really strongly about. You're busy sanctioning people who are living on £71 a week, right, and taking parts of their money off them because they didn't do what was required of them, right? That allows me to do exactly the same to you, right? And that's what I'm doing. And all that's going to happen is I'm going to test it quick. I'm not allowing you to hang like a cloud over me. I'll have a day out in France and see if I get pulled at the border. If I do, all the legal cases will start and your name will be top of the list. Well, not you, Alison Alton, actually, because Alison Alton is the person dealing with this. And I don't believe for a minute that she's on holiday for a month. She can't answer me. She hasn't explained anything. Alison Alton hasn't explained anything to me. All she's done is blindly think that she's the law and I've got to do what she tells me. And like I say, I notice you haven't made you're not coming down here. I know you're not coming down here. So I'll be going round to the councillor who lives in Talbot Crescent, 0.4 miles away from here. I'll go and see her and I'll knock on her door with my camera and we'll see how it goes from there. And I'll tell her that the reason it's happening is because you didn't sort it out. Okay?
Good day, sir.
Bye.